Hi everyone, and welcome to the Harry Potter tag. I am going to warn you now, just in case you've somehow been completely unexposed to Harry Potter, that there will be spoilers in this. So think about that. I was tagged by Ruth Anderson, and it has taken me a while to get around to this because I wanted to wash my Hufflepuff t-shirt, which you cannot see very well, but I wanted to wear it while I discussed this. So the first question, which is your favourite book? So my favourite book is probably The Prisoner of Azkaban. It's pretty much when it got that little bit extra dark and it had Sirius in it. Question 2, favourite film. Only reason I really like the films is because I like the books. The films themselves aren't that amazing, especially at the start, and then they get really forgetful. Can you stop playing in litter? Shoo! 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 Be gone! Cats. But I'm gonna have to go for the Deathly Hallows, the 2 films, just because first few ones they hadn't really found their footing. Third one they changed Hogwarts and that was like, ah! And the fourth, like, they just really weren't memorable the later on that they got, but the Deathly Hallows, you could see more so than the others how much work went into it. I mean, there was a lot of work in all of them. And I just think it introduced an entirely new level of darkness into Harry Potter's past. The deaths, when Hermione erased the memories of her parents, like, you can say it if you really think about it. My parents do not remember me or know that I exist. How painful that must be. Least favourite book is The Chamber of Secrets. When you read them for the first time, or you watch them for the first time, you're just kind of a bit like, it was, yeah, it entertained me, but what happened to the long plan that you suggested at the end of the first one? But they look backwards to the diary, and it kind of like, I mean, they're having an adventure, but it's a school adventure, rather than something that could really affect the wizarding population and muggle population at large. First one, Voldemort escaping, yeah, that really affects everyone. It's not until later on that you realise the significance of the Chamber of Secrets, and so if you're reading them for the first time, this Chamber of Secrets is my least favourite. Parts that made you cry. Okay. Hedwig dying made me cry. Hedwig was an innocent, even more so than Dobby. Dobby chose to fight. Hedwig basically was delivering letters and being carried by Harry. Like, she was just like, I'll do my job. You know, she wasn't involved in the war. She didn't have to die. The other one that made me cry was George losing his ear, strangely. No one else's death, just Hedwig's and George losing his ear, and Fred dying actually. I love Fred and George, and the fact that you could then tell them apart when his ear came off was like the end of an era for them. They couldn't play that trick on everyone, and I feel like that is also the point where something within them shifted and they lost a little bit of their mischief. And then Fred dies, and George must have had even more of an identity crisis, because not only does he not look exactly like his twin and he can't play this joke that he's constantly playing on everyone, but he's also kind of alone. Hookup. When I was younger, I really fancied Harry Potter, and that was because of me loving every protagonist. It's a flaw that so many people have, that you just love the protagonist just because. And then got older, and he became really whiny, and I didn't like him anymore, but so if I had to hook up with someone, it would be George, on the basis that I like his name more than Fred's. Favourite character? Harry is too angsty. I had zero interest in Ron. Cat. Hermione and Ginny are both intelligent and strong and really good role models, and usually my favourite characters has always been female when I was younger. I actually think it's the Weasley twins, Fred and George, that are my favourite characters. I've never found it easy to be happy and jokey or anything like that, and they do it so naturally that I kind of get drawn to them. I'm guessing at me, you know, to the sake of picking one favourite, I'm going to pick George, again because he's got my favourite name out of the 2. George is also one of the characters from the Song Linus Quartet, which is one of my favourite book series. Patronus. Are you kidding me? Cat. I have 3 cats. I'm gonna be a cat. I like to sleep. I like to eat. That's like all I like to do. Sleep. Cat. Cat. Sleep. Patronus. Could also be my animagus form. Which Deathly Hallows would you want? None. Absolutely none. I like sitting at home playing games. I don't need to be invisible. I don't need any of that stuff. It would be completely wasted in my hands. Invisibility Cloak would be like up on the top of my wardrobe inside gathering dust. Cat! Which house would you be in? Hufflepuff! I have an entire video on this. Go look at the video. Which cast member would you most like to meet? I don't care about meeting any of them, really. I respect them for their acting, I love their characters, I don't know them, I don't care. I mean, they're not exactly the cast of Firefly, who I would love to meet, all of them. Ow! My door's open, you can come in! Oh, Mrs. Norris, I'd meet Mrs. Norris. Have you played any of the Harry Potter video games? Now, yes. I tried playing a PC one, but it was so horrible, I just stopped. I think it was just the first one because there was a troll in the dungeon. It was so horrible. And I also tried Chamber of Secrets for the DS, and I didn't like that either, so I never really got very far because it wasn't me. There was nothing new to discover. It was just like, If you were on the Quidditch team, which position would you play? I don't like sports. I probably wouldn't actually be on any of them, but if I was, I'd have to say I'd be terrible. In netball, I like being goal defense because you didn't really have to do anything. And then everyone was like, oh look, she's tall, she should be goalkeeper, and I suddenly had to do stuff, and when you have to do stuff, that's when everyone's like, oh, you didn't stop them scoring a goal? What are you? Not trying? No, I wasn't trying. I just stand there and when they missed, because inevitably they would miss because we were very good in PE, I would just like slap it backwards and hope that somebody on my team would get it. Because I was taller and I could slap it before anyone else could. Bludger is too scary. Like, I wouldn't want to like hit the bludger, so. Snitch, I'm not very good at looking for things. I guess I can manage the quaffle because you just catch it and you throw it through a hole, and even though my aim isn't very good, I think I could be a chaser. Were you happy with the ending? Yes I was. I liked seeing them. Hello. I liked seeing them with their kids and seeing that Harry's like accepted Draco is not the mother of all evils under Voldemort. And I really liked that it wasn't Harry and Hermione. It got to be Ron and Hermione. The protagonist didn't get the main female lead. He got a secondary female lead, but you know, I love Jenny. I'm not going to complain. They make a good match. No. Oh, you're so distracting. How much did Harry Potter mean to you? When I was younger, it meant a lot to me. I had friends because they were good friends to me. I found I can see how I found it incredibly hard to make connections to people because I'd had to move so many times, because I just didn't feel like people really got me. I mean, I daydreamed about Harry Potter all the time. Also, I could correct loads of people on their facts if they got it wrong. Like, they were like, oh, if you catch a snitch, you automatically win. No, you just get a buttload of points that usually means that you win. I did text-based role-playing online on a couple of different sites, and no, it's not dirty. You're basically writing a story with other people in which you all control your own character. And through that, I met one of my best friends, who I still talk to today, many years on. Cat, stop it. Come on, Tipau. You're a menace, you're a menace, you're a menace, you're a menace. Yes, you are, you're a menace. The further along the books came out, the less they meant to me. Not because they got less good, but because I grew up and I started getting over my depression, I had friends, I had other people to rely on. I didn't have to rely on this fantasy world that had gripped me so much. It means a lot to me sentimentally, like, I want to rewatch the films, but I'm never gonna feel the same as I did when I was younger. Oh, don't yawn, that's so cute. Anyway, that is the entire Harry Potter tag. I haven't tagged anyone. I will see you later. If you guys want to do the tag, feel free to put a link in the description below so I can see your response. If you just want to answer in a text kind of way, look below. If you want to say, hey, I like Hufflepuff too, or anything like that, then comments below. Thank you and goodbye. Wow, how cute are you? Have you been disturbing me for this entire video? Are you only just now settling down now that I'm done? Yeah, look at that. Mischief managed.